The Earth holds many secrets still, and we must make do with the fact we won't get to see them all. Here are 10 secret places on our planet that are impossible for travelers to visit. Traveling is a spiritual endeavor. To travel the world is to reach beyond the superfluous boundaries of your ordinary cultural bubble, to explore the frontiers of human nature and, indeed, of nature itself. How could anyone not be passionate about that? You get to meet new people, taste new cuisines, bask in exciting wisdoms, and experience unimaginable sights. But not all corners of our planet are within our reach. Some of them are secret, hidden, and forbidden regions no human hand can touch, if you lack the proper clearances, that is. Read on to find out what secrets may lurk behind the metaphorical closed doors of Earth's most exclusive sites. Here are 10 secret places on Earth that are virtually impossible to visit. From islands inhabited by people who have no contact with the outside world to super-secret military installations. In today's world, places are supposed to be accessible. People move freely around the country they live in and even between countries. However, there are places in the world that, even today, are strictly off-limits to just about everyone. This list explores 10 such places around the world that no one has access to. These 10 places are spread across the planet that many people consider so easy to travel to. But, these 10 places clearly demonstrate that there are still secrets to be had, by governments and by individuals. The tantalizing status of the unknown and the secret makes these 10 places remarkable. You will probably have your own theories about what goes on at some of these locations, and you may not have ever heard of some of the other places. 10. Tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang was discovered by people digging a well in 1974. As they were digging, they came across some life-size clay soldiers. These were but a few of thousands of unique individual clay soldiers who were carefully crafted to guard the tomb of the first Chinese emperor. There is a literal army of terracotta, clay, soldiers surrounding the main tomb of Qin Shi Huang. It is believed that each soldier is unique from the rest in their garb, facial expressions, and weapons. This enormous mausoleum is designed to pay tribute to the man that led a unified China in the 3rd century BC. While visitors are allowed to see the terracotta army of soldiers and some of the items found in the tomb, the main tomb is completely off-limits, due to respect for the burial rites. However, it is believed that there is a vast treasure buried with Qin Shi Huang, and that proves to be tantalizing. 9. Disney Club 33, USA. Speaking of exclusivity, deep within Disney's hidden halls lies a once-secret haven called Club 33, an exclusive site only a few lucky members and their guests get to see. Only they have access to top-tier resort experiences, which include the Club 33 restaurant, a special jazz lounge called Le Salon Nouveau, and the mysterious Salon 1901. It is also the only place to serve alcohol during normal opening hours. Talk about a big feature. If you want to become a member, you need 2 things, vast amounts of money and vast amounts of patience. Since 2011, there's a 14-year waiting list to become a member of Club 33, and each corporate member must pay a $40,000 initiation fee, which is $25,000 if you just want the basic individual membership, in addition to about $10,000 of recurring annual fees. That's a high price to pay just to drink alcohol within Disney parks. 8. Area 51, USA. One of the most famous non-secret secrets in the world, Area 51 in Lincoln County, Nevada, has long been a site shrouded in mystery. This United States Air Force facility has inspired many tales of conspiracy and disguise that have captured the imagination of people the world over. Is it aliens and UFOs? Is it secret technology? Very few people know, and odds are no one you know is one of them. If you're just an average traveler, give up. There's no way you'll be allowed a visit. There may be no fences around the perimeter, but the military will use lethal force against any human intruders, so don't even try it. There are far more interesting things in the world anyway. Or are there? 7. Pavaglia, Italy. Pavaglia is a small little island near Venice, Italy, which features a rather peculiar, and creepy, history. You see, during the 18th century, this site was used as a quarantine island for diseased people, especially for plague victims. When the plague was discovered on 2 ships around that time, the crew was taken to Poveglia, where most of them died without outside solace. Centuries later, in the early 1900s, a mental hospital was built on the island. It's said a doctor there performed all kinds of experiments on his patients, from lobotomies to electroshock. After being driven mad by what he claimed were ghosts haunting him and the whole of Poveglia, he climbed the hospital's highest tower and jumped. His spirit is said to still dwell near the island's coast, forever tormented by the other phantoms. So, there seems to be good reason to keep away from the place. But even if for some crazy reason you did want to go, access to the Poveglia is restricted. We wonder why. 6. North Sentinel Island, India. Ever heard of those intriguing tribes that have had no contact with the rest of the world? They know nothing about today's scientific technological advancements, nothing about international history, nothing about the wars and nations and petty brawls of the world's leaders, like a real-life time capsule, forever caught in a timeless instant, or, rather, in their own private history. The inhabitants of North Sentinel Island, in India, constitute one such tribe. And we have no right to change that. India's government has decreed that no outsider should visit the island for 2 reasons. First, we might spread diseases for which its inhabitants have no immunities, killing them, much like the Spanish caused the epidemic that killed a good portion of the Mesoamerican population. Second, for the sheer value of leaving one such rare tribe alone and undisturbed. So, though the island itself is not a secret, what lies inside is. And no, you cannot visit, but you can appreciate what the island stands for from afar. 5. Snake Island, Brazil. Ilha de Queimada Grande, also known as Snake Island, is a terrifying place to visit, if you could visit. But for better or worse, you can't. See, the island is completely filled with incredibly venomous snakes, a single bite of which could kill an adult human within the hour. To give you an idea of the sheer number of dangerous reptiles there, some estimates calculate there's roughly 1 snake to every square meter of the island. Also, Ilha de Queimada Grande is the only home of the critically endangered Bothrops centillaris, the golden lancehead pit viper. So, for the sake of both humans and snakes alike, any unauthorized visit to the island is strictly forbidden. And why would you want to go to a snake-infested place anyway? 4. Ai's Grand Shrine, Japan. In Japan there is a shrine, and what lies within is a secret which only members of the imperial family can witness. The shrine was built for the sun goddess Amaterasu Mikami, and it is deemed to be so sacred that only a member of the sacred dynasty can act as its guardian. As such, it is the single holiest place in all of Japan. Intriguing, isn't it? 3. Heard Island, Australia. In a faraway region of the ocean, about 2/3 of the way from Madagascar to Antarctica, lies a mysterious Australian territory. Heard Island, a pristine land, almost untouched by human hands. And the Australian government intends to keep it that way. This island is among the most remote locations on Earth, meaning it's farther away from civilization than almost any other place on the planet. Few are allowed to visit, and those who do must have good research reasons to do so. 2. Surtsey Island, Iceland. Throughout Earth's history, countless islands have been formed after a gigantic underwater volcanic eruption sent sediment up above sea level. Surtsey Island, named after a fire giant from Norse mythology, is one such place. The eruption that created Surtsey lasted over 4 years. It took place during the 60s, and scientists have been studying with undying fascination its developments and the processes involved, from erosion to biocolonization. Surtsey is off limits to non-scientists, mainly because scientists are interested in studying what happens to it without any human intervention. What kind of species inhabit the place, how long it takes them to get there, and how they manage to colonize it are all questions which can hardly be answered if some young boys try to plant potato plants in its surface. Yes, that actually happened. 1. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. In the heart of Spitsbergen Island, Norway, lies a secure vault whose chambers harbor something precious, so precious, no one is allowed to mess with it. Seeds. That's right. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault holds a wide array of seeds from all over the world to keep them safe in case of a global catastrophe, a kind of Noah's Ark just for pips. As such, the vault is highly protected, to avoid any contamination or interference with our world's invaluable heritage. A noble goal indeed. There are many other places that are off limits to any regular traveler, but these should suffice to get an idea of just what we might be missing out there. What do you think? Which one would you care to visit? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to escape the ordinary and comment what you'd like to see next.